What's going on? Austin Zay back here with another YouTube video, and in this video I'm going to talk about the one thing that changed my life forever, and this is literally $1 million secret, okay? So if you are trying to become somebody, if you're trying to become an influencer, or you already are an influencer, or you want to be an entrepreneur of some sort, start a business, make a lot of money, or change the world on any level, this is a video you're not going to want to miss. Okay, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. If you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and we'll get right into it. Have you ever kind of gone through life thus far, and at every move you make, every decision you make, all the things that you do, you just try to get it perfect, right? Like you go and you start an Amazon FBA store or a Shopify store, or you want to get into real estate or insurance, or you want to, invest in 401k or invest in the stock market or whatever it is that you're on YouTube trying to do. But it just seems like everything that you do, you never actually do it because of a couple of reasons, but really you're just trying to get it perfect. Like you're trying to perfect something that ultimately it probably is not even a realistic thought to try to perfect it, right? Or maybe you're even comparing to other people, right? You're looking on Instagram or you're watching a YouTube video like the one you're watching right now, and ultimately you're comparing, right? You're comparing your life to other people's highlight reel, therefore totally not allowing you to ever truly get started with anything, right? You never truly get started, or if you do start, you never end up finishing anything. You just start multiple different things all the time. It's like you start this business over here and that business over there and this business over here, and it's like, but ultimately you never actually really make any money with any of them. You never actually truly carry out the purpose that you ultimately wanted to in the beginning. For whatever reason, it's just like you never gain any traction with your life. And ultimately, again, going back to the perfection thing and the comparing to other people. And in this video, I just want to talk about the one thing that's allowed me to change my life forever. And this is something that I had to learn the hard way, okay? So if you're watching this video, make sure you stay till the end of the video, because I wish, that somebody would have told me these things a long time ago, right? I wish that 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, that somebody would have told me. And ultimately, I'm not that old, right? And I have a lot of learning lessons to kind of go through still in my life, obviously. And there's a lot more that's going to happen and unfold in my life. But I will say that so far in my life, I've been through quite a bit, right? I've been through quite a bit of like a roller coaster type of effect. And man, if somebody would have told me what I'm about to tell you right now, 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years ago, it would have been gold to me. It would have been like a golden nugget that I could have literally taken, grabbed, held on to, put in my pocket, and ultimately saved for a rainy day, okay? And so with that, I think my biggest piece of advice is just to stop trying to be somebody that you're not, right? Stop trying to compare to other people. Stop trying to, look at other people's lives and say, oh, I need to do it this way, or I need to do it that way, or I've got to have this exact body, or I've got to have this exact script. When I make a phone call, I've got to have this exact, software or system or whatever the case is in order to get started. And the reality of it is that nobody has it perfect. And you've got to remember that, right? You've got to remember that the people that have ever done anything worth kind of remembering, right? People that have statues built after them, the people that, have documentaries after them, the people that people talk about on the news and on YouTube and on Instagram, these are people that have failed typically, 1,000 times more than your average person, right? They've gone out there and they've tried and they've gone through trials and tribulations, and they've kind of gone through these seasons of life, you might say, in order to get to this place where the world considers them to be successful, right? And what's so interesting about that is that, a lot of those people, and a lot of what I've experienced in my life is that, during those seasons of life, it doesn't always feel good, right? It feels crappy, and you're not sure, and you don't know, and it's like, man, it doesn't seem like it's working at times, and there's just all these different emotions that happen, and all these different setbacks and comebacks that kind of happen that, again, it's extremely difficult, right? And so I can relate to you watching the video right now, trying to get it perfect and trying to, compare to other people, or trying to get this like picture perfect life that you see on Instagram or Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or Snapchat or TikTok or whatever it is, and implement that into your own life before you ever actually even get started in whatever it is that you're about to do. So, I definitely think kind of, I guess, to kind of wrap everything up is, look, at the end of the day, you're gonna fail, right? You just are, you're going to fail. And the moment that you accept that is the moment that your life will change forever, right? So understanding that failure isn't something that you should kind of like look at and say, man, like I don't want to fail. It's something you should actually embrace. It's something you should expect to happen. It's something that it's not avoidable. It is actually a part of the journey. And I don't care whether you're planning on starting a business or being an athlete or, you know, going and donating a ton of money to a charity or doing mission trips with your church or whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, or have a phenomenal relationship, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you got to understand that failure is quite literally a part of the journey. I mean, you can't actually get to the destination, quote unquote, without going through the journey, without going through the failure, the trials, the tribulations. So the moment that you can accept that, the moment that you can say right now, hey, failure is okay. It's okay to fail, right? Because we weren't taught that growing up. If you're anything like me, you know, I went to a public school where plain and simple, at the end of the day, if you failed a test, that was a bad thing, right? You went to detention. You had to redo the test. You had to retake the test. You had to retake that whole school year, even potentially, right? We were taught that failure was a bad thing, and then all of a sudden we get put out into the real world, and failure is actually a part of the process. So you've got to start to rewire your brain a little bit and understand that it's okay to fail, right? Number one. And then number two, you've got to stop looking at other people, right? You can look at other people to be inspired. You can look at other people to kind of look at them and to have this image of ultimately what you would like to aspire to be. But that is about it, right? You can't look at other people and say, man, I wish I had that car, or I wish I had that house, or I wish I had that body, or I wish I had that bank account, or I wish I had that girl or that guy. You can't do that, right? Because the moment you start to do that is the moment that you place your happiness, right? You place your fulfillment in the future. You say, hey, when I obtain this, then I'll be happy. When I obtain that, then I'll be happy, right? Then I'll be satisfied. Then my life will be good. And the reality of it is, there's always going to be another level, right? The moment you become like that person you follow on Instagram or like that person you subscribe to on YouTube, that exact moment, like literally that moment, okay, there will be another goal. Right? There'll be another person that has an even faster car, more money, a more beautiful wife, a more good-looking husband, whatever it is. The moment you obtain it, there will automatically be another goal, right? Because somebody will always have a better life than you. Somebody, like quote unquote, right? Somebody will always have a faster car and more money and more success and more whatever. So you've got to learn how to live in the present, right? To be grateful for what you have, and ultimately to count your blessings, right? And to wake up every day and to leverage that to go out and to achieve more, right? And only to compare to your past, right? If you're gonna look into the rearview mirror, to look at your past for a split second, just to see how far you've come, right? But stop looking at how far you have to go and only compare to how far you've come. And ultimately, that is where you'll find true fulfillment, true peace, true happiness, right? And these are the things that I've learned over the last, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years that honest and truly have changed my entire life, right? There was a day and a time where I compared to everybody. I looked at everybody else. I tried to have it all perfect. I mean, even to this day, there's times where I'm trying to have it all perfect, and I'll have to take a step back and snap out of it for a minute. I mean, quite literally in this video right now, if you're still watching, first of all, if you're still watching, you've definitely got to like the video by now. But look, I mean, if you're still watching, understand that going into this video, I was like, man, I gotta have this thing scripted out, and I gotta know what I'm talking about, and I gotta do all these different things. And while you might need to do that for certain videos, you don't need to do it for other videos, right? And so for this video, I just wanted to be real, raw, authentic, candid with you, and have a conversation with you. So stop trying to be perfect. Right? The moment you can just accept where you're at, say, look, every decision I've ever made, every moment, every decision, every setback, every breakup, right? Every failure, everything has gotten me to this exact moment right now. Exactly, right? Every left turn you made on a street when you're driving on the freeway, every lane change, every little bitty decision, like literally led to this exact moment right now with you watching this exact video. And if you were to change one thing, your entire life would look totally different. And you can't look at it like that, right? So understand you've got to embrace the present. You've got to say, look, everything I've done, all the failures, all the setbacks, is all a part of who I am today. I'm going to take that and I'm going to let that fuel me for a better future, right? For a better outcome, for a better life, right? For better relationships, better success, better whatever it is that you're looking for. But ultimately, you will be a better person as a result of living in the present, okay? I promise you, I've been there, I've lived in the future, right? Entrepreneurs and achievers typically tend to live in the future, and then negative people, right? People that are, depressed and stuff like that typically tend to live in the past, okay? So it's very rare and very uncommon in these days that people actually live in the present, right? So don't live in the future too much. Don't live in the past too much. You can look at the future, you can plan, you can game plan, you can look at the past, but you've got to live in the present. The moment you do that, the moment you get okay with going out there and just making it happen is the moment that whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, and I don't care if it's losing 20 pounds or making $1 million or anything in between, the moment you're able to live in the present and to just be the best version of yourself today is the moment that you will change your life forever. I promise you that. I've been there, I've done it. I wish all of the success in the world for you here today if you're watching this video. If you haven't already, drop into the comments section below what you would like to see in a future video. I would love to make it for you. And I pretty much would love to make any type of video as it pertains to business, success, finance, personal finance, real estate, right? The ATM business, mindset, social media, okay? Anything that I have knowledge on, I'd be happy to make a video about. Obviously, if I don't have knowledge on it, I'm not gonna make a video about it. With that, subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Like the video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.